In great depth, I've been covering the elite gender inversion program, but it's not important, okay? Because that's what they want you to do is be distracted. They want you to talk about the Epstein files. They want you to talk about things that aren't really happening because they want you to stay in an unconscious life because you're easier to control that way. Who are they? Okay? In my opinion, I don't know if you're fully aware of this, but the elite are the transgender nation. Okay? So, didn't you guys feel like in 2017 when I got out of prison, I was like, transgender? What is that? So, basically, you're going to walk around like Bruce Jenner and bust out into a woman. And that's what they wanted you to believe. So, a psyop is going to run like this. They're going to introduce a natural truth to you, twisted. For instance, that Bruce Jenner is a man when Bruce Jenner was born, a female chromosome, and he transferred into the gender of his assignment of the elite. So to be elite, this is the deal, okay? I don't know if you're also aware of this, but this secret society consists of Freemasons and Freemartins, okay? So the Freemasons and Jesuits worship a physical depiction of Satan known as the transgender transhuman Baphomet deity. So I'm bored with reading this. I just want you to understand that the elite are the celebrities, and that's the transgenders. Okay, now I also thought that it meant you just change your sex midlife. That's not what it means, okay? Why do they want you to be distracted? I'll tell you. Hold on. A lot of scenarios run through my mind. Is it because women get older and they let themselves go? And this is not a challenge because these are prepubescent boys that have not gone through puberty. So their weight is not going to be as difficult as they make it look to you, like they're working out and stuff. That's because they're redistributing all their fat through estrogen and stuff like that. Their life is not as difficult as they make it look because they didn't go through puberty, okay? Trafficking happens for a lot of reasons, or men cheat for a lot of reasons. A lot of men go backwards in time because they are dating women that have antigens in their blood. And as far as my luck has gone my entire life, I've always only been attracted to people with my blood type. And, even after children down there, we don't get stretch marks, and there's absolutely not, from one kid to 4 children. And do you want to have more babies? I mean, like, nothing changes. Absolutely nothing. So men go backwards in time because some women with certain blood types, that never stops growing down there, I mean, I've seen some shit on OnlyFans, and I'm like, if you guys are going to be on OnlyFans, you should understand that women are built like Barbies. They have a Barbie reconstruction V surgery now, and that should be the only thing that women are saving money for, because men fucking hate Botox. They hate filler. They hate all of that shit. And while they might not tell you to their face, they are fucking cheering me on right now because they're tired of dating women backwards in time, and that's why men have taken it too far. People don't like to talk about awkward shit, but when someone with my blood type gets hurt, we're going to study you to figure out what the fuck is wrong with you, to try to make me feel like something was wrong with me, you see. So while the person that handled me never went all the way, I tell the story like I was a little girl, okay, 5 years old. When I met him, I was 5. So it was more like, will she go? I'm going to try and see, will she date me? Will she date me? Never like forced himself, what am I allowed to fucking say on this fucking whack ass internet? So, and then the FBI did not do anything about it until he wanted to be an FBI agent. They knew that was happening. They were sending me over there to be babysat still by someone that was trying to handle me. And this is how you know that everything in the world is spiritual, okay? Because while I would pray that that wouldn't happen to me anymore, you know what I'm saying? You realize that as a child, the adults are who is in control over what's happening to a child, and they are being puppeteered by who? I don't know. So I sat down in front of the fish tank, and my dad had goldfish. This fucking man that adopted me, he's not my dad, and I think he was inverted. You see, I think that's what's going on in this world, is these fucking people are all inverted. So I prayed to whoever. I said, well, if you're not going to make him stop touching me, kill his goldfish then. I don't want them to live. I mean, his piranhas, because they were eating my goldfish. I'm done. I'm fucking done with the piranhas eating my goldfish. Okay, because he thought that was so fucking cool to dump my goldfish that he would take me. Do you see the cruelty in the world? And this is the shit that kids remember. Okay, is the men you have around your fucking children. Your kids hate your boyfriend because he's mean to you, and you think that that's acceptable. Your children are fucking miserable, and they will never forgive you as long as they live. I did that to my children. I let a man be mean to me and then bring him back around my fucking kids and expected my children to understand why someone would hurt their mother and then be back around their mom. These are the distractions that women and children and men are living with every fucking day in the world, okay? This is what's actually happening. So, when the FBI wanted to make the lateral move or whatever fucking dumbass shit he did, because KCPD was still going to pay him, but he wanted to go work in the federal building, he said, we can't allow this to go on anymore. So they took me to a lawyer named Peter Schloss in Kansas City, Missouri. He said, why don't you tell me what happened? I said, I was 8. I said, they're fucking mandated. Why don't you have them tell you what happened, bitch? And then he proceeded to take a tissue and fucking tear it up and put it in his hand and tell me some fucking dumbass chicken joke and then blow the fucking feathers out of his fucking hand. I said, do I look amused? I'm not. So I wasn't privy to everything that went on in that courtroom, but while I was there and had to get up on the stand and tell them what this man had done to me, they forgave his prosecution. He had to pay $500 a month to raise me for the next however many 20 fucking years, some dumbass shit like that. And then he couldn't come within 500 feet of me. Does that sound like Kathy O'Brien's mind control slave days story? Seems like I've been on medication and then court ordered in the Federal Bureau of Prisons to take that medication inside of prison. So I like to point out that Kathy O'Brien also wrote a book called Transformation of America. And then when I ordered the gummies on the Farm Bill, this video was on my timeline today, and this exact fucking thing, word for word, it's like they're speaking to me.
All right, y'all. So here's something else they don't tell you about spiritual awakening. No one tells you that you're going to have to experience dark night of the soul and ego deaths. And these are two of the most excruciatingly painful things that you will ever go through. And these are necessary because God, source, the universe, uses these experiences to purge you from your old identity, your old belief systems, your old comfort zones, to move you to the new place in your life that you're going to be. So dark night of the soul looks like this. It looks like crisis in your life. Your life is just plunged into crisis. Your sense of stability is gone. It could look like loss of job, loss of income, loss of housing, loss of health, loss of family, friends. Everything that brought you comfort before is no longer there. And since this is spiritually sourced, there's nothing you can naturally do to stop it. And you try everything. You try to fix things, make things right, but all doors are closed to you because this is happening from a spiritual place. And so I want you to imagine the feeling of that. That is excruciatingly painful. It is terrifying. You start to lose your mental health. You think you're crazy, and no one can help you. And as if that is not enough, but wait, there's more. You got an ego death coming. You know what that looks like? Any identity that you have held on to is going to dissolve. Whoever you thought you were, whatever your belief systems were, your occupation, your personality, what you think about yourself, whoever you identify as is going to dissolve.
So honestly, if that has not happened to you, those exact things, and I mean down to Botox, filler, your clothes, every single thing that you thought was you is not going to be you anymore. Down to my children stop talking to me. Sometimes betrayal is redirection in the right direction. It's just the way the world works. And that's unfortunate, and I hope someday that they'll come back to me. This is where you live in a non-GMO life. You don't drink water, and you order the gummies. Alta.online. I have a discount code, FedMindy100. You can order RSO and put that in your tea. You have to play with it. This is the experience that I have had. I hope that you guys will all have the same experience. And also, if you don't want to feel anything, you just rip the gummies up. I take 2 of them, and I rip them up in pieces, and I just eat them all through the day, all day. And then my life just started to make sense, okay? It literally, nothing matters. I think they sent us to school to be needed, to be picked, to play football, or what is it called? Kickball. Pick me, choose me, want me, love me, help me, help me, help me. Then you get here, and you just want to be by yourself. And anybody that wants to help you further what you're doing, you can take them with you, but you'll fucking leave them in the dust. It doesn't matter, you know? And if you don't want to get here, you never will. But if you want to, I've given you all the information that you need. It's on my page.